As promised, since we covered the gripes in Diablo 2 last time, let's move over to the high points and talk about the things I love the most about Diablo 2, since I hate just doing the negative without some positives to balance it out. Number 5. The aesthetic. For me, Diablo 2 has struck the best balance of gothic horror and fantasy out of all the Diablo games. Yes, even more than the first one. Sure, there are a few graphical choices that are weird, like Diablo himself looking a little derpy in cinematics, which he kind of did in the first two games, but overall the atmosphere captures both the oppressive atmosphere you found in the depths of Diablo 1 with the more open overworld corrupted by evil feel. Number 4. Itemization. While there is a lot of RNG and luck involved in finding exactly what you want, by the time version 1.1 came out, the item options had developed into a rather complex and interesting beast between the standard itemization with rares and uniques, but also the use of rune words crafting and item modification with gems and runes to mitigate some of the problems RNG can cause. I especially love the additions of rune words and crafting, and actually wish these, as well as sets, were given even more kind of room to grow. While people often flock to token popular items like they do in every game, there's countless more hidden gems and alternatives that you really can make extremely effective builds with without going the common go-to item route. Number 3. Synergies. Yep, they're on both lists. I actually love the idea of synergies, and a lot of them are exceptionally useful and interesting and kind of fun, like Meditation and Prayer synergy giving healing, and Berserk and Frenzy giving magic damage to Frenzy, or actually make reasonable sense, things like fire skills boosting each other, and bone spells augmenting each other. I just wish that they would have used it to incentivize actually using the other skills more, but it generally just comes down to bigger numbers with the exception of things like Meditation, synergies that use Berserk to their damage types, etc. One way they could have done this is actually having cross-tree things that were a little bit more impactful based on what the different skills did for each other. Number 2, the balance of RNG and handcrafted, which is honestly something a lot of other action RPGs struggle with, and that is the balance between fixed things in the world and randomness. While it does apply to what we mentioned in number 4, this one is kind of like specifically about the map generation. It's got a nice mix of handcrafted map segments with a fairly solid algorithm, making the game thematically consistent while still unique to travel through each time. A lot of other games, while still good, often lean too far on handcrafted and end up predictable, while others lean too far into procedural generation, leading to inconsistent feelings run to run and a real kind of just up in the air feel about them. Number 1, the length of the game. While many people who still play the base game have put thousands, if not tens of thousands of hours into the game, the core game itself can be sat down with and completed on normal difficulty with a single class in a weekend. You can experience the full extent of the story and lore in about 7 to 12 hours going through casually. You only need to go further if you want to try the game on more difficult settings, try out different builds or classes, or seek out the self-made achievements of the community like the Holy Grail and stuff like that. If you enjoyed part 1 or part 2 of this little mini-series, be sure to leave a like, and if I missed any of the things you love or hate, be sure to leave them down below in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.